Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Thursday evening, 8 p.m., and you're listening to the home of Commodore 64 remixes, Slay Radio. Let us spice up your evening with Slaygon's incoherent ramblings.
Anywho Hazel.
And Ziona's pro dance moves to the best selection of remixes, sits, and demo scene tracks. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this thing. Slay tuned.
Thank you. I was waiting for it.
Of course you were.
Yeah, of course. It's like, it would be very strange now not to have the fiddly-dum.
Yeah.
From you. So.
Okay. So this should be an interesting evening because we are, for the second time, actually broadcasting at 1080 rather than 720. First time was during Bozz's show on Monday. Sorry. And but we didn't have cameras and such to consider at that point in time, so it should be interesting. Yeah. Anyway, hi people. Hello.
So, hello everyone in higher resolution, and to those that are only listening to the audio stream, sorry for stopping the rotational, and it's 5th of December. We entered December, which means we entered this crazy rush last week with the Black Friday, and now it's all over the place, so save yourselves some time, people, and order gifts online. I think that's easier, but if you cannot do that, of course, then wishing you good luck with surviving what's on the streets and in the malls especially.
There's this interesting competition going on with the hashtag Whamageddon. So if you can go until after Christmas to while avoiding this Wham Christmas song that I'm not even gonna hum now because I might ruin it for some. Actually, the competition said enjoy all the remixes and whatnot to your heart's content, but the original Wham's Last Christmas I gave me a heart, etc. So yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. And I wonder if anyone is able to survive without that. But anyway, some people like Christmas mood, and it also depends on my mood, how I feel about it, I guess. So sometimes it's all right, and sometimes it's just completely nonsensical. But we also have to celebrate something today.
Yes, it's a bit of a release party of sorts. So we broke out the champagne. Ha. So we are celebrating the release of my album, which is Cinematic 64.
Indeed.
It is out. The Kickstarter folks should have gotten an email from Chris Abbott regarding that. With download links and all of that, Cheeky my bob.
Cheeky my bob.
Yeah, cheeky my bob.
Yeah.
And those who did not back the 8-bit symphony, the first one, Kickstarter, they can go to my Bandcamp thingy my bob, slaygon.bandcamp.com to get the thing.
The thing. And you will also inform the people in email.
Yes, there will be an email going out. And yes, if you want to avoid Christmas songs, this is the way to do it. This is so little Christmas that it's almost hurting your soul.
Yes, because all of them are dark.
But yes, cheers.
Well, congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Very nice job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can tell everyone that it's a very nice job, and I'm not even specifically fancying dark music, but he did a very nice job with the album. And no, this is not a paid advertisement.
In a sense, it is. 'Cause,
What do you pay me?
Well,
Hang on a
well,
minute.
not you.
Not me.
Or you mean endorsement? Because we're both of us doing advertising.
Well, that is very true, but I would not endorse something that I cannot stand for. So, just so you know. So that applies to my real life and my virtual life and any sort of thing. So, yeah, that is certainly, it turned out really good, I think. And we will have some preview today.
Yeah, at least one of them. But yeah, all the sales on that album, as well as like these t-shirts and all of that, all the proceeds from that goes to shit in the studio, basically. So sound cards and lamps and microphones and...
So yeah, he won't get rich from that money. That's not the aim.
Oh, no. Ain't gonna happen. But anyway, so there we go.
There we go.
Do we have a song that we can play?
Yeah, we have a song from last week's RKO selection, released today. And it's made by Manganoid, The Tale of the Wizard Wars cover. And it's, well, in mood, it kind of fits to Santa and his helpers and all of that. So let's give it a listen.
Let's.
It was cute.
Well.
I know. The instruments were a bit
Plastic. Fantastic.
Yes, but the arrangement and everything.
Yeah, I kind of like the mood he was going for, at least. It's like this small room I guess he was going for some jester court thing for like a small band, playing for the king or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I like about it. But it's sure, easy to say for someone who got used to the best available orchestral instruments, digital orchestral instruments, obviously, because we don't have an orchestra on our own.
Yeah, it's in the other room.
It's in the other room, yeah.
Shh! Silence in there! You can tune the violin later!
Yeah, but it's easy for someone to say that.
That's why it's red, because there's a dungeon out there.
Or, well, they are on air too. That we are on air. As far as I know, we are.
In the dungeon
yes, I know,
below.
I can see
in
that.
the dungeon below, where the stairs kind of continue down into the dungeon. That's where I keep the orchestra.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
They are too loud anyway to be on the basic floor of the house. The ground floor of the house, sorry. Ah, well.
Oh, well.
I'm just looking forward for your next correction.
Just because of that, I'm not going to correct anything.
Ah, finally. Oh, sometimes my mornings start with us going to work together. Well, not entirely on the way, but at least for 8 minutes we are walking together, and he really corrects my every second sentence.
I have to reset my own brain.
Well, that's one way to do it. Anyway, have you done any Christmas shopping yet?
I have added a few items in my cart, but I have not pressed checkout yet.
Be aware that at some of the shops they just might disappear because they don't keep it forever for you.
Oh yeah. If they run out of stock, then yeah. But I'm keeping an eye on that, so that shouldn't happen. And even if it does, then fuck it. I'll just find it somewhere else.
When it happens, it already happened. So
yeah, then I'll just find it somewhere else.
I see. Okay. Well, I did some of the shoppings, at least for my mom and my brother, and I don't know if my brother will receive it on time because the notice time was around 1 month because he wanted a DVD, a Queen DVD, which is hard to get, and locally they didn't have it. So let's hope for good.
Yes, let's.
My brother is crazy about Queen. Some people said that he has a better musical taste than I do. It might be true, actually.
No, it is not.
Why not?
Because you like 64 remixes.
That is very
obviously.
True. Okay, obviously. And about the other tracks that I like, we shouldn't talk here anyway.
Yeah, well, I could probably live without the Eurobeat things.
I know you could. I couldn't.
I know. So, therefore, I can't.
Therefore, there is the first request of the evening, which is an anti-Christmas feeling. So
I'm sorry, what?
Anti-Christmas feeling.
Oh,
it has an anti-Christmas feeling.
You had a nice kind of a attempt at a raspy, sexy female voice there.
Did I?
Yes.
I didn't notice. I'm sorry.
Anti-female.
Anti-female.
Yeah. I don't know
not anti-female.
Anti-Christmas. Anti-Christmas. Anti-raspy.
Oh. Well, I shall continue.
Ears.
Sorry?
I shall whisper in your ears.
Oh no, you start this kind of thing that others do,
yeah,
and I forgot its name on YouTube.
Same here. I have no idea. Yeah. And so speaking of requests, you can throw those in on slayradio.org, or nowadays actually on slay.radio if you like that better. Under live, make request.
Yeah, and they can be pro or anti-Christmas. It's up to you.
Or Christmas neutral.
Christmas neutral. Yeah, they can be Christmas neutral as well. Yeah, that works.
So, anything.
Yeah. Jackie, the drunken master, Brule says, "Good evening, Ziona, Slaygon, and all listeners. Can I have the last V8 metal tribute by Dusty, please? Like Lala already mentioned, I like how the high-pitched mutes sound like tire squeaks. That hit the nail right on the head." Okay, sure.
V8 returns to base immediately.
Oh, I expected some crank there, but there was no crank.
I'm not sure why a horse entered the mix there, but that was a bit weird for last V8. Maybe it was a Mustang. Haha.
Uh-huh. And we just have seen a very nice Mustang on the streets the other day when we were walking together with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was
And a Mustang
really
is a
gorgeous.
horse. That's the connection to the V8. Mustangs usually have V8s, and a Mustang is also a horse. Hence the at the end of that track, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for translating the joke as we know it. Well, it's not qualifying you because this is like my poor English here, but the user interface is like a joke. If you have to explain it, it's not that good.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome to my daily job. So yeah, it's I think I posted this like 5 years ago on Facebook, and it still applies a lot.
It certainly does.
A lot of places.
It will basically never stop applying.
Never gets out of style. And also, I'm wearing this t-shirt because I'm in this mood today. So it's like I was fighting with a single box the entire day for it to look
What's
like
in the box?
what's in a box to make it look like the layout that I did before. The funny thing is that when you kind of think of like a simple layout and you just put it there like in Photoshop, you know, sometimes you don't consider the template settings and all these things that you have to consider later on. And then you realize that, oh, that looked easy, but actually I really have to think it through. How do I keep it that way that others would be able to edit it? Because basically it's a piece of cake if you don't have to consider others, but in the world of WordPress, you have to.
Kind of one of the problems with the Slay Radio page currently. It's hodgepodge of HTML, CSS, PHP, and JavaScript all kind of bundled in one. There's no separation, no MVC, layered shit, none of that. It's like hastily hacked together thing over a weekend, basically.
Yeah, and this is why I'm not able to make quick fixes either.
Yeah,
because then
she asked me at one point, can we just change the font here? Yeah, sure, but that would affect other things very, very weirdly.
changing a single font.
Yes. Because the CSS is fucked up, the code is fucked up because it's reused in different parts. So yeah.
My God, I just don't know sometimes what I prefer, really. It's WordPress seems easy, but once you have to do a unique design based on an editor, make it simple to be editable for others, then it gets a bit more complicated. And own frameworks, they are also pain in the ass, but they can be faster. Depends.
Depends on how they are written. If they are not written in a hurry over a weekend, then probably not as much of a pain as the current code is. But
if you have time to think of it, definitely. But
well, and to be honest, for a weekend worth of work for these current pages, it's not that awful.
Well, no. Considering that, it's definitely not. But anyone wondering why the Slay Radio page still looks like it's 2000, it's because of that. It's not my fault. I mean, partially my fault because...
So you're saying I'm shit?
No, I'm not saying you are shit. That design was perfect like 10 years ago or 20.
You're saying that it looks shit because you didn't do it.
I did not say that. I did shit designs as well. I never said that I didn't. But the thing is that you are living with a web designer, so probably it should be visible on your page.
I wasn't back then.
That is very true.
So if you feel like rewriting all the backend code as well, feel free.
I don't.
Go right ahead.
No, absolutely not. No, forget about me. I'm not non-existent at the moment. Bye. So, right.
And Mr. Breding on Facebook says, greetings to both of you from Sharakmir.
Hi.
Hello.
Nice to see you around. So, well, should we play a song?
We
maybe?
should. We've been talking about crap for a while now.
Yes. So, I like Tab 64's reasoning. He says, I'm going to have a cold, so may I please have Johan Andersson with Sanction Reggae Beach Mix.
That's a nice one.
Yeah, against the cold. Cool.
I'm here with Single Talent.
Oh, do you hear all those seagulls?
I do.
Yeah, if anyone was wondering, half of my lunch was stolen by a seagull 3 days ago. Okay, 2 days ago. Maybe it was 2 days ago. Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
It wasn't a big thing. It was actually a hot dog because, I was in a rush and I did other things in my lunch break. So I picked up a hot dog and I crossed one of the main squares of Gothenburg and went back to my workplace. And I was eating the hot dog on my way. And I had about half of the sausage. I was, by the way, fucking hungry. And a seagull came around. I didn't even notice that first. It felt like a human is kicking my side. And then all of a sudden I noticed that I have the bun, but I don't have the sausage in it anymore.
So it left the carbs.
I was so shocked. And then after that I started to laugh. And then I told the story to my colleagues and some of them said, Erika, I would start to cry instantly. I didn't. It was funny, but it was shocking. And those birds are like, I don't know, probably I got a comment from a friend, like she also lives around the seagulls, like around Dublin or something. And oh yeah, well, I sometimes eat fish and chips and those baby seagulls, they steal it and I still like them. I said, well, the problem is that this wasn't a baby seagull. This was like a 1.5 meter big seagull. Like literally when the wings are around, it's almost as big as I am. And it's freaking scary. So no, I wasn't loving them at that time. Later on, of course, I started to laugh about the case, but it's not that funny when you are hungry.
That's how they get big. They skip the carbs and only go for the proteins.
Yeah, this is why they look so good,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. They beef up.
That explains it. Oh my god. But yes, that was, experience from the seaside. With some other people who were living their entire lives here. It didn't happen ever. And one other colleague of mine said that, oh my god, no, don't tell me. I'm afraid of seagulls. Don't tell me what happened. Well, bad news. That happened. So, yeah, I learned not to eat my food on the way back to my work through the main square. Well, it's one of the main squares, right?
Yeah.
Prinsparken. Yeah, okay.
It is. Like the center of the city, basically.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well,
that's
do you have
about
something
it.
lined up?
I have...
After this next song, by the way, we're gonna try to do On This Day. Again? Yeah.
Well, we haven't tried yet, so good news,
Oh,
everyone.
We did last week.
Yeah, anyway, I thought that let's play something on the Christmas side of things. But since it's... I know, but this is a good track. And by the way, this was made by the man who mastered your songs, so you should respect him.
And do you know who wrote the original?
No.
Angel?
No.
Danko?
Oh, yeah, I should have recognized.
Jesper Vern, I think it was. So it was Danko and Jesper Vern, if I remember correctly.
I should have recognized those melodies because it's very Danko.
Very.
Yeah, right. Okay, then. So, Lagerfeld and Angel, Merry Xmas.
Angel, call my name, I will answer you right away. Angel, take my hand, we can fly away to La La Land today. To La La Land today. Angel, call my name, I will answer you right away.
Welcome to On This Day for December the 5th, 2019. I'm Boz from bozradio.com. This is the 339th day of the year with 26 days remaining in 2019. On this day in 1492, Christopher Columbus becomes the first European to set foot on the island of Hispaniola, which is now Haiti and the Dominican Republic. In 1766 in London, auctioneer James Christie holds his first sale. In 1933, the 21st Amendment to the United States Constitution is ratified, repealing the 18th Amendment, which banned alcohol in 1919. 1952 was the Great Smog of London. A cold fog descends upon London, combining with air pollution and killing at least 12,000 people in the weeks and months that follow. In 2004, the Civil Partnership Act comes into effect in the United Kingdom, and the first civil partnership is registered there. In 2014, Exploration Flight Test 1, the first flight test of Orion, is launched. Births on this day? In 1879, Clyde Vernon Cessna, American pilot and businessman, founded the Cessna Aircraft Corporation. 1901, Walt Disney, American animator, director, producer and screenwriter, co-founded the Walt Disney Company. 1932, Little Richard, American singer-songwriter, pianist, that's pianist and actor. And in 1963, Michael Eddie the Eagle Edwards, British Olympic ski jumper. And that's your lot for this edition of On This Day. See you soon.
So we hope everyone enjoyed our new service. for the second time,
Yes,
provided by BossRadio.com.
Except I forgot to download the BossRadio.com jingles. I was supposed to kind of smack it in there at the end of that one, but failed. So yeah, sorry about that, Boz. Next time I will have it in there. But I'll make sure to mention Boss Radio a couple more times. So that's one time.
Boss Radio.
That's one time at least. And if I say bossradio.com again, that will be 2. So let's keep count. Did anyone count how many times I said Boss Radio already? If you didn't count the Boss Radios I said earlier, so count the Boss Radios from now on until the end of this show. So anyone who gets the Boss Radio count correct wins a few TCP packets off of bossradio.com.
Ooh.
There we go.
Ooh. My goodness. Okay, then.
Shetil Nossum on YouTube says, I could listen to you guys discuss webpage design for hours.
Oh, you haven't heard us talking about it for long yet.
Oh my goodness.
We have to add here that he is my best critique. He has good eyes, very good eyes.
Yeah,
so
they're sitting right there on the face and everything.
yeah, they are.
And they're looking forward.
They are working wonders. And of course, sometimes when he aims to achieve something or do something, I'm also criticizing a little bit.
A little bit.
Just a little bit, not much. Is it much?
No,
what's your
absolutely
problem?
not. No, absolutely not.
Okay, but yes, he's not really a marketing person, so to speak.
I can be if I want to. I just choose not to be.
I know.
I'm not really into this selling stuff. I rather just give shit away.
I'm not a saleswoman either, but I work with marketing, so I suppose to know.
Yeah. Knowledge is good to have. I do have a couple of marketing books in the boxes out here.
In the boxes?
Yeah, I've read them.
I can imagine.
I read them.
You read them?
Yeah.
My
They're
God.
in the boxes because they kind of came with me when I moved to the house 7 years ago. Is it 8 years ago?
Amazing.
Or is it 7? Fuck it. Anyway, when I moved here.
Wasn't it 2011 it was, right?
I think so, 2011 or 12. I can't remember now. It doesn't matter.
Wow, okay.
A while back.
But that's an important year when you buy your own property.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's a house with walls and you live there. It's not important. What is important is what you do there.
Well, okay, that's a good point. But still, it's important. I mean,
No, it's not.
I always remember 2010 when I got the
Me
apartment.
too. Because that's the year that followed 2009.
And your album has tracks, and the tracks have notes in it, right?
Yes, in them.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
And people, if you want to post any requests and you want to hear any requests of yours, this is a good time to get in some requests, because now we will have time to play them. And here's another Christmas-related song, but hopefully you will enjoy it since it's a 64 remix. So, CZ Tunes and Paperboy High Score Christmas Edit.
Is it on yet?
I don't know, is it?
It's Santa here, and I'd like to wish you a very Merry Christmas and the happiest New Year. Ho, ho, ho.
I forgot to mention this site, Boss Radio, I think it's called.
It's Santa here, and I'd like to wish you a very Merry Christmas and the happiest New Year. Ho, ho, ho.
Oh well, this song calls in some metal later on. I can feel it in the air. We have to keep the balance, you know?
Yeah, the bells are metal in that one. So there's your metal.
The bells are metal.
Yes, they are made out of metal.
Ah, yeah, that is very true.
The
It's,
jingle bells things.
This is pretty much like when I decided to have some heavy metals for lunch because I went for sushi today. Well, a lot of people talking about it, that it has heavy metal content.
It does.
But I still love it, so what can I do?
Well, you can not eat it.
Well, yeah, technically...
Mercury is great for your synapses and whatnot.
Does it contain that amount of mercury?
It's cumulative, so it kind of adds, and Mercury has, 70 to 90 days half-life or some shit like that.
Oh, okay. So that means that my body is full of mercury at the moment.
Maybe. I don't know.
And then how I just don't feel that. I mean,
you don't. You just go a
I'm
little
below
bit
the
cuckoo.
threshold. What?
Just go a little bit cuckoo.
Ah, you mean I won't remember things?
No, I mean you go a bit crazy. It affects your synapses in your brain. Insane in the membrane.
I was so normal before. I can afford it.
The funny thing is, I find it a bit curious that the recommendation from Livsmedelsverket, the kind of food safety administration, whatever, in Sweden, recommends pregnant or people or women who wants to get pregnant to only eat fish like 2 or 3 times a year.
2 or 3 times a year?
Yeah, but for the rest of the population, fuck it, eat it. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
And sure, mercury in particular is really vile against a developing brain because it affects how the neurons and whatnot are forming and all of that shit. So that would not probably be very good. Even small amounts of mercury.
Uh-huh. These are not good news at all.
Well, you're not pregnant, are you?
No.
He says, laughing.
No, I mean, no, probably I'm still not ready for that, but seriously, that is just... No. No, I don't want to hear this. I don't want to be aware of that. No. Ignorance is bliss. No.
Someone has been watching too much Matrix.
Just a little. Yeah, it was... Well, it still is my favorite movie.
Yeah, it is a really, really good one, especially the first one. Such a mindfuck. First time you saw it, just went, woohoo! Awesome!
Oh, I forgot to share a picture with you, by the way.
Did you?
On Facebook, I just saw it this morning. In case you have a bad day, and then there was Keanu Reeves in front of him with a baby Yoda and a baby Groot in one baby cart. In case you have a bad day, that was perfect. So that is definitely, even if I would have a bad day, I would be even happy about it. But I did not have a bad day. So yeah. Anyway, we shall
overcome. Oh, wait, what?
Overcome?
We shall overcome.
I think we shall honor the man who provided guitars for you for your new album.
Sounds like a great idea.
And it's also on the anti-Christmas side.
Oh, wait, what?
Oh, wait, what?
Shetty asked, what happened to the camera? Well, I forgot to switch them on. That's what happened.
Oh, well, we are animating still. But
Yeah, we
now
are.
we will play a song, so there's no point in watching us. So
No.
there will be a song made by Vangelis Papadopoulos. And this is Papadopoulos, who did the guitars for your Knucklebusters. And this would be Myth rock metal cover. Oh, hang on a minute.
Oh.
The volume I have to
Yeah.
adjust because...
Just double click it. It should go to 0.
Exactly.
That's better.
guitar
Ooh.
lessons, anyone? Vagelis is doing guitar lessons, just saying.
Yes, he is. So if you're in Greece, or maybe he does those over FaceTime or whatever, maybe
Well,
that's a thing he could do in the future.
These days, you can do anything, really. So
Yes, you can. Anything. Ooh, I'm very
anything,
blurry.
you can do anything through
Hello.
Skype.
Hello.
Are you blurry?
Yeah, I'm very blurry. Hello. Hello.
What is happening
Ah,
there?
that's better. Stupid camera.
Okay, I
bit,
see.
I don't have. I have two faces in here. The L-man drawing behind me, and my face, and I think it's kind of and also Marcel's album cover there.
Uh-huh.
So multiple faces, and I think it gets a bit confused.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Hmm.
That angry girl.
Not angry.
Not angry,
Just has
maybe.
attitude.
Yeah, it's like, I'm so cool.
Yeah, I don't know what to call that face, but attitude, I guess, would be a good description.
And you like attitude, do you? You like attitude,
Yes,
do
I
you?
do.
Aw.
Attitude is good.
Definitely it is.
Indeed.
And soon we are going to play a song with attitude. I would
Yes,
say.
at least a little bit.
At least a little bit.
It
And
kind
it's-
of works itself up to having an attitude.
works itself up.
Yeah.
I love how modest you are. Works itself up, doesn't it mean that it's on a low level and then it works itself up?
No, it just means that it doesn't really have an attitude at the beginning, but it works itself up towards having an attitude towards the end.
Oh, okay. So it was strictly.
It's moody and whatnot in the beginning, but it does start to have a bit more attitude towards the end.
I see. Okay. And I wanted to say that people don't leave us and don't join us because there were like 64 listeners indicated on the webpage. That doesn't mean that we have 64 because we have like more on Facebook and YouTube as well, but never mind. It's
Never
already
mind.
not applying because it always changes. So
Yes, and I need to incorporate the listen accounts from YouTube and Facebook as well at some point, but yeah, maybe. Yeah.
maybe at one point, yeah,
When
I know
get time.
you didn't.
Well,
you
now I
didn't
do
have
have
time.
a little bit more free time, so
Because the album is ready.
Yes.
So, yeah. And I wonder how you would introduce this song.
Quite easy actually. I loved the series Westworld, and always kind of stayed with the usually when you get the credits you switch it off and all that, but not with this, because every single end credit song Ramin Djawadi has actually made a specific song for that episode for the ending. So I had in season 1, episode 6, there was this cool sounding kind of bit that he did, like a slow ostinato type thing that later seemed to become Maeve's theme. Maeve being the leader, android, whatever you call them, robot, blah blah blah, personality. Robot person, let's call them robot persons.
Robot person,
Yes.
yeah.
So I kind of kept calling it Maeve's theme, because whenever she came on the picture or when she was arriving or whatever, that seemed to play somewhere in the kind of background somehow.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually thought I would call this Maeve's theme as a subtitle, but instead I went with actually calling all the tracks like a short descriptive word or phrase that kind of fits a narrative of a short film, so in a sort of sense.
Okay.
So yeah, that's kind of the thingy explanation. So if you haven't heard Ramin Djawadi's kind of thing, and you will instantly recognize it as the challenge. If you haven't, it's on YouTube. You can just Google Westworld season 1, episode 6, end titles, and you will get it.
Mm.
And there's a nice a picture of Maeve in there as well for you. So
Nice
incentive.
picture.
Yes, incentive. I think it's blurred though. In the series, it wasn't.
Right, of course. If it's an S, then it's nice. Okay. So I think it's 9. So I can just press this play button for
You
the
can
preview.
press the play.
Oh, can I? I got a permission from the creator of the album. What?
Pomp.
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 Pomp. So yeah, Aztec
Pomp.
Challenge, the dark days.
Yar.
It couldn't be more dark, actually. Even
well,
if you
it
would.
can, but I thought that was dark enough.
Dark enough. Okay. Yeah, well. So this would be the mood of the entire album. We can say that.
Not the entire. There's a few other kind of like a bit of a sad song and.
Well, okay, but it's dark.
Yeah. It's dark and moody.
Yeah.
That much is guaranteed.
Top 64 said this version could fit into a dramatic film sequence.
Well, that's kind of the the idea of the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. That I think that the basic idea behind this is that. So, yeah, 6 more tracks except this one on the album, and
it's short, but at least it's thin. Oh wait, what?
And Michael Wildhagen said, "This is the darkest Aztec Challenge track I have ever came across. Instant like." Yep.
Yeah, there wasn't really many dark ones. There's the Run Cornholio version from Tron and AOD and Beast. What did they call themselves? Jesus Christ. They had a name for the collective. Subversive Elements.
The Subversive Elements, yeah.
And then there were a few others, but none quite as dark as that one. Yeah, that is true.
Indeed. So, very, very nice job. I would say that I'm not always into dark things. I mean, some of them, yes. But this, definitely. Wow.
Dark.
Wow. And not only dark, it's wow. So
yeah, so I had to kind of get myself a dark sort of beer for that. A stout.
A stout. Okay. Proper choice.
Mm-hmm.
And also Michael added that this expresses the exact mood of the guy running toward the pyramid and never reaches it. Waha. Oh, well, yes, it can trigger like a lot of thoughts, I guess, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, one idea with the subtitles of these tracks is that I do have a kind of a short story in my head that follows the subtitles, but I'm not going to write it down because I want people to, just like when you read a book, even though things are described fairly well sometimes, you still see images. Now I'm describing that with sound instead, I thought. Mm-hmm. So interesting experiment to see where that goes. Mm-hmm. So if there's some sort of, when you listen to it like from the top to bottom, and see if there's some sort of storyline for other people other than myself.
Yeah, that would be interesting to hear. I think for every author, what they trigger, it's a nice thing. After all, this is why everyone does it, or partially, probably not everyone, but I also had such thoughts in my mind, so that's very nice.
That's good. Mm. I meant not just for this track, but the kind of the whole album. All the subtitles go together in a longer story.
Mm? Yeah, and I think that works very nicely built up. So, yep. How?
DMC says, enlighten us a little bit how this track was produced in a technical way.
Yeah.
Well, you find a bass sound that kind of covers the sub, and then you find a bass sound that covers the top end of it that you can kind of squeal a little bit, like a 303 or something, and then you crank them up to 11. That's kind of how you do it.
That was very helpful.
Yeah, I think there's like four 4 different layers of bass in that. Bunch of different
And it was made
things.
in Cubase.
Yeah.
So
But,
in
yeah,
case
so,
you're wondering.
There's two sample kind of library basses and 2 different versions of Serum, the synthesizer from
Serum.
extrarecords.com.
So nice, yeah. Indeed.
Which is the basis of the track, and then of course some flute VSTs or sample libraries.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's all.
Well,
I don't know what kind of technical way you referred to, but
maybe the VSTs he referred to, or
yeah, maybe.
or the DAW that you used. So that we spoke about, and if anything else you're curious about, we will talk about this later. After the next request, which was made by Christian Busch, he requested via YouTube, and he wants to hear Golden Axe Christmas Edition by Markus Schneider. I could deal with such Christmas songs like C64 remix Christmas songs.
Yeah, like a Christmas feel to them. That's fine. As long as they're not pretentious, you know.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Or not cheesy, maybe, or
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
well, that generated a Hungarian joke as well, and I'm gonna be probably the user interface guy here because I have to explain it since it's not working in English. But the Hungarian ship responsible for ships kind of company is called Mahart. And of course someone made a joke out of that. Last Christmas I gave you my heart. So yeah, right. Is that how it works?
Or last Christmas I gave you Mohawk.
Mohawk?
Yeah.
Ah, look at that. Okay. But you definitely selected the perfect champagne for me.
I know, it's Hungarian.
I know. And it's not that I'm a patriot. Well, sometimes I am, but it's a really excellent champagne. It's Törlei, it's called, and it's a rosé champagne. It's sweet. Maybe they also have semi-sweet if you don't prefer sweet, but I really like this
pink.
one. Yeah, it's pink because it's rosé. Obviously, it's pink. So yeah, it has to be pink. But there is something to this Törlei company because otherwise I don't really like champagne, but their stuff I usually like. So I don't know why is that, but why that is. I know. Don't correct me. I don't know why that is, but I usually like what they do. So they have, of course, several types of champagne, and it's available even here in Systembolaget, which
obviously, because I did not go to Hungary to get that.
Yeah, I'm telling it to others right now, not to you. So apologies. We are talking to some people, some other people than you as well.
Oh, shit, I forgot.
Did you? Okay. Good thing that we didn't start to talk about intimate topics here.
Ah, right. So, how are the pubes?
And Lord of Crystalic. Well, we have a bad news for you. We see that it's an OC remix that you requested. It's Sonic the Hedgehog and Green Hill Euroclub 95 mix, which sounds amazing for my ears, by the way. And I would love to play that. The issue is that Slaygon asked OC Remix as an entity if Slay Radio can play their songs. And when did you ask them?
A few months back.
A few months.
I
How
think
many
it was
months?
like 3 months ago.
3 months ago. Okay, that's not too bad compared to my submission, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's still not released, is it?
No, I don't think so. At least I would probably get an email if it would be released.
Probably, yeah.
No, nothing since last December, because I think last December I sent my submission there. And still no answer whatsoever, nothing. And I realized that I used the wrong bitrate when I submitted the tracks, so I might have to wait like even more time because of that.
One more year then.
One more year, exactly, that's it. So I sent a second submission as well. The bad news is that they didn't come back to us after 3 months yet. And I'm not really sure what their method is by selecting tracks, and I might not have enough information about that. But at the moment, I think approaching 2020, this is not really the right attitude towards a website that you actually run. And
I think Qued kind of nailed it when he created RKO. He releases stuff on a regular basis. There's whenever there's tracks in the queue, he tends to get to them within a few weeks at most, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, you got the right idea there.
Well, yeah, at least it's regularly updated.
Yeah.
at least once per week or something. I don't get this concept, to be honest. I really don't. I know that they have judges and they have a carefully selective process for tracks, which is okay. It's fair enough. But 1 year, seriously? It's like,
that seems slightly excessive.
Or it's just, it bothers me a bit because if I would have such an entity in my hands and I would know that I don't have time for it, then I would handle it to those that actually care about it. So that is another thing, that after a while this radio station, sure, it's not big, but this becomes an entity, the page becomes an entity, and if you cannot take care of it, then just handle it to those that want to care.
Hand it
over. Hand it over. That's my opinion, and I'm able to attack about that. I'm really open about that, and I just announced my public opinion, and maybe some of you guys know them. I don't know. I would really love to let them know that I think that, because it's no hard feelings there, but I think that it would be great to see if people care about the entities that they do, or maybe they just thought that it's shit what I did. That's fair enough as well.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that.
You should have gotten some sort of rejection email by then.
Exactly. So it's like, it would be nice to hear that,
true.
no, I'm sorry, you submitted the wrong bitrate, or no, I'm sorry, we don't think that you qualify for this entire thing. But
it's one track. I don't know how many submissions they get, but I have a hard time imagining the queue is so big that it takes a year, like a couple of people to get through a queue.
Yes, exactly. So
I understand that people have lives and all that, but I don't really understand what the hold-up is. Is there some sort of timing thing going on that they're waiting for? I don't know, the official release date of the game that they are, or the remixes of, or what, I don't know. Maybe there's some information on there that I have no idea about.
Maybe there is, and well, intermezzo, sorry about that, but I think we just had to voice this, and maybe it will get anywhere, or maybe they will hate us, but that's our opinion about it. That's it. So
well, there's no hate in that. It's just we
are
genuine
adults, I hope.
Curiosity about what the hell is going on over there.
Yeah, something like that. Indeed.
Larry, get your fucking ass off the chair.
And otherwise they provide great tracks, so that's the thing. It's like, with that we don't have any problem with. That's why Slaygon asked them, obviously. Anyway, Boswang had a request. It's Hot Mamas, of course.
Mamas!
What else? Steals hot dog and puts it in Slaygon's crack. Oh, Boswang, you're so nasty. And this time,
crack dog.
Crack, I know. Let's not get into this conversation.
What? Crack dog?
No.
It's a dog in the crack.
The cracks.
No, crack. Not cracks. Crack dog.
I know. But anyway, this time I picked Tron's remix of the Hot Mamas because we always play the scene for him. So let's make some change.
It's a damn good version of it.
we are on air.
Anyway, speaking of which,
Speaking of which,
and Boswank says, "I love you. Thank you for playing the best Sid ever made." Yeah, it's a
you're very welcome.
Sid.
It's a great Sid, yeah. It has like a few more channels than a Sid usually does, but never mind. So yeah, it was great. We enjoyed it too. Thank you.
Now I know what you mean. It's on Facebook, so if you open my Facebook on that computer over there,
Oh my God.
you will get the message.
Should I intrude you to your private space here?
Oh no!
Oh no!
All
Hang
my
on a minute.
secrets.
I know. Anyway, private message.
Uh-huh.
I will write.
Right. So yeah, when we play the next track, we can sort that shit out. Just pointing it out that's where it is.
Okay, so this is the next track as well?
No, the next after the next one.
The next after the next one. Thank you.
Jesus fucking. Come on. Hello.
Your camera doesn't want to show you.
I know. I'm the. That's actually better. I should have it on that setting all the time. So much better.
Yeah, for whom?
Me.
For
I
you.
think I
Don't
look
be
so
so
much better.
selfish.
I look so much better that way.
Don't be so selfish. Others want to see you. Maybe.
Exactly. So if they want to see me, there's plenty of pictures of me out there. So go watch those, and I can stay blurry on here. That's perfect.
You want to get out of this situation like that, so don't chicken out. I'm sorry.
Don't
you put
chicken
me.
out. What kind of don't chicken out? Don't chicken out.
You put me on camera. It was your idea, to be
Yes,
honest.
it was.
We didn't plan this. I mean, I definitely didn't plan to do a radio show like with a video feature, but he figured out he will do that, and then just face the consequences. I'm sorry.
Yes, I am facing the consequences. I'm here, aren't I?
Yes, you are, and now you're not blurry at least.
I know, because I unblurred myself.
You have skills.
I have magic
My
hands. I
God.
make the camera follow my hand. That's how I fix it.
Amazing. And by the way, we finally posted,
Oh, yes.
after 1 month, the BitLife pictures. So if anyone wants to
Month
see
and a
them,
half, almost.
1.5, yeah, almost. I'm really sorry. I was
It's not entirely your fault.
well, in the latest years, it's my responsibility, it looks like, because you took some
no. pictures,
I took some pictures, but it's,
No responsibility.
I know, it's just the end of the day, I am the one who usually uploads on Slay Radio page the pictures, and yeah, we were a little bit late with that, but well, it had some reasons, because we had some projects going on, and Slaygon finished off his. I'm still in the middle of my second project, so it's going to happen soon as well, hopefully. And
Hopefully, yes.
then
That would be good.
Then we won't feel remorse when we spend time with hobbies afterwards. So that's great. Yeah, and that's partially the reason why I didn't upload the rest of the mixes to Mixcloud either, because they need some
No time.
They need some compression, and then you think it's a 2-minute job, and then you end up with
2
hours. Yes, exactly, because you notice that you have to cut it, you have to apply compression in it, then what compression do we use that is the best, and then experimenting with it. So no, you don't want to go that way. It's like updating a device sometimes. And
Yeah,
then,
that sucks.
yeah, or updating anything basically, because then after that you just notice that this is not working, and this is not working, and this is not working either how it's supposed to be, so never mind.
I actually updated my workstation upstairs
How
yesterday.
did it go?
Flawlessly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Not that it was a major update. It was from 19 to 19.2. So not a major update, but still an update.
Well, great thing that it went well. So, yeah, absolutely.
And it still works.
Yep, great to hear.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, maybe we want to give some audio to others' ears here. If we can't play Lord of Crystallic's request, and by the way, you can have another one. So just so you know, pick something else and then we will play it. Lord Evil wants to hear Hazel and the Last Ninja Wilderness. If you have played a Hazel tune already, then he posted a second choice as well. But no, we haven't played Hazel today, so there you go.
Listen, Buzz, it's just different. Like nothing I've ever seen. But I've had plenty of experience in this. I'll be on my guard. Let's fight this out up on the hill there. But let's skip the formalities.
Hazel and the Last Ninja. Boswang thinks that you are super skinny.
Super skinny.
So I'm not feeding you well. Well, I definitely don't.
Well, she tries. Every time she has anything to eat, she just kind of smashes it in my face and says, "Eat!" I don't wanna.
Well, that is very true. I mean, even if I'm not cooking very often nowadays.
I cook more often than you do.
Well, nowadays you do, actually. Yeah, that is very true. But
Speaking of cooking, I'm actually going to start buying ecologically kind of, what is it they call it? Where the animals actually walk freely out in the open. And they have this patch of land. Not just ecological, but they have this patch of land where they graze and everything, and then they switch that patch or the cattle around to different patches. So they get the whole kind of environmental circle going. And ecologically, that's not the same as the eco marking. You can mark, or the criteria to mark something ecological is not that.
okay.
But locally farmed meat and whatnot. So yeah, I'm gonna start buying that.
Yeah, I'm supporting that idea, definitely. So that's a good idea.
It's a bit more expensive, but I'm kind of all for that idea.
Yeah, up for it too. So that would be amazing.
Amazing.
And yeah, we are not really eating together like on weekdays, yes.
Amazing. And cattle eating, etc. Amazing grace, my cows are eating. Because when cows eat hay or grass, they graze.
Again, the
Pasture raised, Gabrielle says.
pasture raised. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, anyway.
Anyway, it's a bit of a sidetrack there. Sorry.
And it feels like a user interface that doesn't work well. I'm sorry.
One wrong click and you're down a very serious dark path to hell. Free range animals? No, it's not free range either.
But it does. It is called that.
You have free range, but they can be free range in a specific kind of area. Like the eggs that we have are free range. Doesn't mean that they move that area around. Because what the idea with this, and I think Gabrielle is right with the pasture raised, in that once that patch of land has been kind of eaten up and all that, they move to another one. So they get the whole cycle of life in there. So the cows eat that grass, and then they shit all over the place, so you get nutrition back into the earth and all that shit, you know,
the
that
circle
sort of thing.
Of life.
Yes, and free range basically means that the animals are not in cages.
Yeah.
It could be free range indoors as well, and that's not the same thing that I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry. Again, side point.
Anyway, I have to forward Boswang's message. I mean, it's like, did you get Boz's message? He wants to wish a happy birthday to Enormous Tits of Norway and Mike Hawk of Gothenburg. Thought I would relay the message, and then, of course, I was just teasing. Read the names out loud to yourself. Well, I did, but what am I missing here?
What were the names? The first one.
Enormous Tits.
Uh-huh.
Enormous Tits.
Yeah,
okay,
and
right.
the other one?
Mike Hawk?
Yes. You don't have one, but I do. My.
Oh my god, I'm so slow. Never mind.
Cock. I wonder how Ethan's cock is doing.
Ethan Scott.
Hawk. Ethan K. Hawk.
Anyway. Anyway, yeah, this is the request, which was Robocop title Live at Church by Ryan and Jonathan Dunn. I don't know Dunn. Yeah, what language I'm reading at. I have no idea.
English
Okay.
or British.
Then done. It's done. Play it.
Aye.
Yes, Ryan versus Jonathan Dunn and Robocop title live at church version. Thank you, Boz Wang, for requesting this song and definitely for sending it as well, because we didn't have it, not at the moment. But it's beautiful and it's epic, and you cannot hear it very often, so... And we also lined up another song that you cannot hear very often, but about that later. What are you doing there?
I'm just fixing a little bit of light on the things behind me.
Aha, okay. Behind you.
Yes, these album covers, Marcel's album cover and the
I know it's the girl. I know it's the girl.
And the book and...
Yes,
What?
I know. I know
Yes,
it's the girl in the background.
Yes, this is very, very girly. You see, this Hubbard girl here has a very nice stash. Yeah, very nice.
Oh
Very nice.
my god.
It's a gorgeous fucking album.
I thought it's a gorgeous fucking girl.
Well, it's a gorgeous drawing of a girl, at least.
Well, yeah, it is.
And I think the original picture of her, the one Elman used for that, is also very nice, because she has that same kind of attitude in that picture too.
Well, I
It's
would be
really
surprised
nice.
if she wouldn't have the same attitude than
No,
on
but
the
you can-
copy.
Yeah, but you can emphasize certain things when you... because he draws those freehand off of a
Yeah.
picture. So you can emphasize certain things, which he has on other pictures he's done. But didn't need to do that with that picture, because she already had a lot of attitude.
Okay.
Yeah. And sorry, I'm a little bit out of breath because I was running up and down the stairs to find some fucking batteries for the little spot.
Poor you. My god.
But now I'm good.
It's Frida Mercury? Jason Kane.
No, this is Roche. Hold on, I need to find what it is.
What it is, who it is.
Yes, I have it somewhere around here. God damn it! Where is it? Where
Never
is
mind.
it?
I will give you some time. Maybe we can play a request that we owe to Lord of Crystalic, because he had a request before, but we couldn't play that one. So, how about Instant Remedy and Graveyard Remedy?
That sounds like a great idea, I think.
Okay,
And
then.
yeah, I
Yes?
only have the picture, but not the text anymore. Fuck, I lost it.
Oh,
No.
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 Okay, then.
It's on Marcus-Klein-Artwork.com, artworks.com, or something
I
of
think
the
you
sort.
better paste that link.
Yeah, but people can Google, you know. If you put those words in there, you will get to his homepage, and then you can... Ramona is her name.
Mm-hmm.
Roth something.
Okay.
Yes, whatever. You can Google.
Yeah, everyone
It's
can
on there.
Google. Yeah, Instant Remedy, Graveyard Remedy. Hopefully, no, an error occurred. Hang on a minute. Oh my god, did they take this away? I
Yeah.
wonder. Because it's...
Just reload the page.
yeah, it wasn't really easy to find. There we go. Yes, it ended. It ended.
Good.
Do we want to copy those strings in the end by any chance?
Strings? No. I have my own strings.
You have your own strings, yeah, you
Yes.
do.
I do.
I have my own strings too.
You do. Are our strings attached?
No strings attached.
Speaking of strings attached, if you go to cinematic64.com and actually buy the Cinematic 64 album, no strings attached, but you will be donating towards Slay Radio. It's just a different way of donating, but in this case, you actually get something in return.
Yeah, that's a good idea of donation, I
Yes.
think. Yeah. Especially that the math is very complicated, as you
it's
said.
very, very complicated. You will get an email about that at some point. There's a few more hoops I need to kind of jump through to get that email out, apparently. And I hope to sort that out before tonight is over.
It's already tonight. I
Well,
wanted to
before
say.
tonight is over.
Okay.
So before the night is over, rather.
I see.
So yeah, we're gonna end 11 sharp. So 56 minutes and 40 seconds left.
Very particular and accurate, because he wants to work out this
I have
email
shit to do.
thing, and he has shit to do. I also have shit to do, by the way. But we will end the show. Well, maybe not abruptly, but almost
Yes.
abruptly. Yeah, he says we will finish it abruptly because he has to attend to this email. So you want to tease the email and the listeners.
Well, essentially, it goes into a kind of that. It's going out to the Slay Radio users, and it basically says what I've already said. I made an album. There's some stuff on it, and I hope you like it. And it's essentially donate to help keep this thing
The
going.
thing.
We've been doing this shit for 20 years, never really asked for much in return, blah blah blah, etc. That sort of thing. Duh.
Okay, then.
Yes.
And let's get to the next request, which is CG Warlock's request.
CG?
CJ
Oh.
Warlock. And it's anti.
I thought it was his CJ Warlock's rendered cousin.
CG and CJ. Yeah, I know. No, it's still CJ.
It's like Gemini Man, the rendered younger copy of him.
Oh yeah, Will Smith. Yeah,
Yes.
that was a bit weird, but yeah. Well, kind of within the limits, I guess. So he wants to hear Anti-Ace and Last Ninja in a Sanctum Saint Mix. I have a feeling it won't be slow.
We seem to be a bit slow today.
Center
Pretty nice inner sanctum thing there. I think Anti-Ace needs to send his synthesizer in for repairs, because I think his pitch bend knob is kind of living its own life in there somehow. So yeah, just a friendly reminder. Book a kind of a schedule some sort of a repair session or something. So,
But you are very friendly with your reminder.
Friendly reminder.
A reminder. And just to let you know, I checked the calendar, and it seems like, well, my boss announced the team dinner for next Thursday, so...
My boss said nothing to me.
Your boss said nothing to you. Well,
Last I heard of him was on this day, which was
this
not
day.
today.
Yeah, well, let's hope that we can meet him tomorrow, because after that, I'm afraid that this year will be kind of off, because next week it looks like I have the company party going on there. And also on Thursday there was a team dinner announced, so that means...
Yeah, and on Wednesday a Christmas dinner.
Yeah, exactly. So I will have a very busy next week. So it seems like next week we won't have a show, and we will be able to return on 19th. But then again, on 26th, highly likely we won't, unless you do a show alone.
All alone.
All alone, yeah. So if you prefer to do that alone, then you can do that on 26th. But I think that otherwise, after the 19th of December, we will be back next year. That's the good or bad news, however you take it.
Yeah, it's kind of up to you to interpret that one.
Yeah, so it's like... it says pretty much all about our schedule, it looks like. So it's a bit busy, but I guess that's what happens to everyone around Christmas or before Christmas. And that's why I also intended to put a little bit of non-preparational or preparational mood into this show, because everything that we will do this year so far is... not so far, but on 19 December we do our last show, unless we come up with something impromptu, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. That was kind of my suggestion there, that maybe we'll do an impromptu that kind of fits the Boz Radio schedule at some point, where they don't have something, or on the weekend, on a kind of off hours-ish kind of thing, maybe. Who knows? And Michael Wilhagen on Facebook says, be sure to eat somewhere inside because of Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal, yeah. Got it.
Yeah, Steven will probably eat all of your ham otherwise.
Yes, he will. And all my corvs as well. The sausages.
Yeah, all your prinskorv.
Prinskorv.
Yeah, it's like the small sausages that we usually have on the Christmas table around here.
And Lala says, wow, I went away for 10 minutes. I come back and nothing.
What? What do you mean nothing?
I think maybe the IRC he refers
yeah, on
to.
IRC, yeah, that was exactly 10 minutes between those statements.
Yeah, people are sleeping on IRC.
Yeah,
today,
we are
like.
all sleeping on IRC. Sorry about that, folks. I should get more active on IRC again.
When was the last time when you were active on IRC that much?
Acting.
Well,
I was acting on IRC. Well, I shouldn't say.
Yeah, better not say. Okay, then. Well, you have a right to do so since you're the owner of the channel, right? So let's play Loki's request to act. To act or not act, or just own the thing.
It's not fucking Shakespeare. Boswick says, not sleeping!
Good! And Martin says, definitely not sleeping. Well, let's hope we won't make you sleep more. Loki's request is coming, who says, hey guys, I have Christmas connected with Blade Runner soundtrack, so I'd like to ask for
Ooh, nice connection.
Putzi and Myth Blade Runner mix.
Nice.
Thanks. Now probably I have a message to Putzi. Okay, I know that it's been a while, but this bass line wasn't really fitting the song.
So what is it? It's like the critique evening.
I think so, yeah.
And I'm blurry again. Hello, camera. Oh, there we are. Okay, got it.
You learned to adjust it now. Nice.
I already known how to do that.
Wow. We are amazed.
I just got an email from Spotify. Apparently they seem to be gearing towards, I don't know, or focusing, I guess, on podcasting more now. For the first time, you get the biggest stories of your year on Spotify. Welcome to Wrapped for podcasters, it says. With Wrapped, you can see your standout moments where your podcast was heard and share your highlights with your fans on social.
When your podcast was heard? You mean
where your podcast was heard and share your highlights with your fans on social. Log in now to get your 2019 podcaster Wrapped.
They do like a lot of statistics now. Like everyone is sharing even on Facebook how they didn't listen to the songs that they are on their list because the family members listened to them, obviously.
Yeah.
And everyone was complaining today about that because I think everyone received them like in one bunch. So that's what I heard. And I'm not using Spotify that much, but it was very visible that everyone was unhappy about their statistics.
Apparently, we have 74 followers on Spotify, 245 listeners, whatever that means, 762 streams. Yeah, I don't know. Things. We are very open about our statistics, as you see. Yeah, well. There's really nothing to hide. It's just I don't know. Every one of these, like Facebook, they have their like 3-second views and 10-second views. Like, so I can figure out if someone kind of just scrolled past and had that on there for 3 seconds and then scrolled again and it disappeared, I guess, or something like that, and stopped for 10 seconds to see what's on there, kind of thing, or had a sip of coffee. Who knows? Same shit. So I don't know. It's just a shit bunch of weird statistics everywhere. Like, I don't know. I'm not really not paying any attention to any of that. It's just
you
numbers.
Don't need to if you don't want to. And Boswang is having.
I'm just happy that people listen. Sorry. Now you can carry on.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. I thought that you don't care about that because you did this station for your own enjoyment.
Well, I did, but it's like when you make a song or a remix or whatever, it's sure you make it mostly for yourself. You make something you would enjoy listening. But at the same time, it's a confirmation if other people like the same thing, as in, they see what I was doing or appreciate it or don't. At least you get a fucking response or something, you know?
Fucking response.
Yeah, it's like this downvote on my light force. Oh, yeah, just what the world needed, another light force. Yeah, sure. I understand. It's still a response. Someone listened and someone took time to actually write something. I appreciate that too.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it's still someone who engages. I like that.
Mm. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that makes sense too. And Bosbank is having a joke here, and I think either I'm slow or it's not obvious. Very well might be the first one, but Ziona, when is the best time to go to the dentist? 2:30, 5 minutes later after Kenneth translates. What? Explain.
Say that again. What time?
2:30.
Yeah, okay. After the TH in 30, stop there. Say the time again, but stop there.
Tooth.
Uh-huh. Hurty. Tooth hurty. The tooth is hurting. Tooth hurty.
Oh my. Jesus. Speaking of which, I'm not going to the dentist, but I'm going to the eye doctor tomorrow again.
To the eyeball.
No, it's like
Doctor.
I wanted to say ögonläkare, but this is like
eyeball.
that is
Oh, we should play eyeball by press play on tape, I guess.
later. No, now we want to cheer up Martin because he is sad and he is very exhausted from today's troubles and he needs something very cheerful sounding to get going. So I prepared a
cheerful
song
is
for
good.
him that will be cheerful enough.
Cheerful is good.
So can I play it?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
I hope, if you can find the play button.
I did.
Oh, good. Then we can play it.
Yeah, this tune never fails to cheer me up, said Lala, and definitely me neither.
It's a
And-
very happy, joy kind of thing.
Be happy, joy, yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
kind of the opposite of what makes me happy, but me and Necropolo.
yeah, you both, you belong together in that sense. Yes,
I
but
have-
Martin is
sorry.
happier now. That's the most important.
Yes. I have a few more names, courtesy of See Old Fart on YouTube, regarding names and 230 and all of that. Peter File. As in Peter File.
Ah,
And Mike Hunt.
Oh, right.
Alcoholic.
Yeah, I just have to exercise to hear all those things, like for the first glance, no, not glance, like first hearing, right?
Yeah. Takes practice, I guess.
Yeah, and I agree with Martin. 3 minutes and 4 seconds were way too short for this song. It must have an extended version. So, yep.
Yep. And speaking of length, I know people are gonna complain about Cinematic 64. I'm actually writing a little bit about that in the email that is coming at some point. But yeah, the entirety of the soundtrack for the TV series Chernobyl, which runs for about 5.5 hours, is 38 minutes. This album, the Cinematic 64, is 33 minutes.
Okay, not too bad.
And Lala made a good point. Sure, but the Chernobyl album is condensed. Yes, so is mine.
Oh, well, let's see what they say, because it just got released today. So
Yes, should be interesting.
definitely. I guess you will get some feedbacks in the upcoming days.
Mm-hmm.
Why
I
am
hope
I
so.
yawning? I'm so sorry. He's just...
Well, you have
not
28
supposed to do
minutes
that,
and
yeah?
10 seconds, and then we're off.
Hmm.
You have 28 minutes and 3 seconds.
Yeah, I know. And Martin, this is not the last show of the year. It's going to be on 19th of December, I think. At least the last announced official show, because there might be some impromptus coming after that, but the Christmas schedule is a bit hectic, so that's why we don't announce anything, because
Last show from us, at least. Boz might do a show, and I think Gazoo might pop in, because he's making some good progress on the Plan Mix Play software that he's working on. I asked him for a beta version of it to run on my Windows 10 laptop. So, oh shit, I never thought it could be run on that small of a screen, because he's running it on like a 32-inch huge touchscreen, or a 40-inch or whatever huge thing. And I have like a 15-inch 4K screen, so it's going to be very, very small letters on there. But yeah, I thought, fuck it, let's try it and see what happens. It'd be fun.
definitely. And I think he must have done a great job with it anyway, knowing him. So how about carrying on with Malthus's request here? Hi, I know you will never ever play Gung Gung again, but how about that?
Never say never.
Yeah, how about that new ninja tune by Wobbler, The Last Ninja? Am I really?
list?
Are you? I wonder.
I didn't hear. I was concentrating on getting the fan turned off and all that.
He asked, am I really the last?
Oh,
Are you really the last?
I am the last.
Oh.
I think I'm the last Kenneth Mutka ever.
Oh. You never know.
I could have been kind of what do you call it? A bit selfish, I guess, would be a good description, and called Robin Kenneth instead, like Kenneth Jr. I think that's a bit mean. They are their own people. Don't make them who you think they should be. Your kids. I mean,
yeah, it makes sense to call them different way, but you never know. If you feel like a Kenneth is coming in the future, who knows?
well, you would feel if a Kenneth was coming in the future.
I would. Well, I guess we might still have to wait with that a little bit. Or who knows? Anyway, Martin said he is floating in the living room kitchen, and Boswang said Boswang is also floating on a miso ramen cloud wearing a very racist rice hat. What? And then Dom64 asked, what? Enlighten us. What is
Kung Fu Panda stuff?
So it's a reference for Kung Fu Panda. I haven't seen it, unfortunately.
I've seen all of them, but I don't recognize any of that actually.
He says tits and cartoons. Okay.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, we don't understand
Kung Fu
but
Panda, they are fun.
Yeah, I can imagine they are. So at one point, maybe I would love to see it.
Yeah.
That is.
I think I still have them around somewhere.
Look at Slaygon, because he is the responsible one for
No,
having.
I'm never responsible.
Oh yeah, he is for watching all the series and movies in the entire world.
I am responsible for watching all the movies.
Yes, you are.
So I have to watch all the movies.
Yeah, because that's what you do. You have to watch them.
Yeah,
and
but
then
am I responsible for it? As in, you are commanding me to watch all the movies.
No,
I can live with that.
You are in charge of having those around. So I don't even have to do anything. I just have to say something, and then he's like, your wish is my command. And then it's coming up on a golden plate.
Or the TV. I think it's easier to see it on the TV.
And then on a golden plate. Yeah, that is very, very true.
It's very odd to kind of try to angle the golden plate so you see the TV through it.
Yeah, exactly.
It gets this very yellowish tint to it. It's like one of them Instagram filters or whatever. Weird. I don't know who would want to watch TV that way. Trump, maybe.
And Martin said, Boswank, we need a webcam in your place. I've been watched now. Well, do we? I'm not entirely sure.
Well, maybe we do.
Adult
maybe we
content.
What?
Adult content.
Or content.
Content.
Unless you're content with the content.
I'm very content with the content. Okay, let's play a song.
Yeah, this is going the wrong ways. All the wrong ways.
Yeah, exactly. If Boswank is involved, then it usually goes
That
to
is
the
very,
wrong
very
ways.
true.
Yeah, Lala is with us, and
Halalala.
Halala.
And also, thank you very, very much for the review of Cinematic 64. That was very nice.
Oh, he already provided a review.
Yeah, we got a pre-release of the album.
Ah, that is just so Lala.
He's the reviewer of the scene, basically.
The reviewer of not only the year, but the
of the
century
of the scene.
reviewer
Period.
of the century. I think that would cover it, probably.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So he wants to hear Uncle and the Bacon and Cybernoid too. So obviously we have to play it. If it's Lala, we have to play it.
Obviously.
such a great request. Thank you, Lala.
Bacon!
Definitely. A very tasty bacon.
He does great work with VSTs, and he, as a stretch goal, he actually did an album for the 8-Bit Symphony thing. Can't remember what the name of the album was, but anyway, that album sounded awesome as well. So yeah, props to the bacon.
Well, he's awesome by default, so...
Yes.
Well, we didn't have that much time left. I mean, we don't have that much time left, and we have a very nice request here lined up. I0's request. He said, I have only one wish for Christmas, and it is Death Wish Free by McKay. So definitely we have to play this one before we say goodbye with the exit tune, I think.
What do you wish for Christmas? I wish I was dead.
Well, that's a nice warm-up for Christmas, I think.
What do you wish for Christmas? I wish I was dead. Okay then, McKay.
Well,
Mr. Happy Joy.
happy joy, yeah, right. Oh, well, it looks like we approached the end of the show.
Yes, we did.
And
we are actually late.
Yes, I know we are, but you are in a very difficult situation because the exit tune is something that you just don't want to make silent earlier than when it ends. And we agreed with Martin and Lala that next year's Bit Live we gonna be together on the dance floor, and maybe we will pull you in as well. So
I was there for a short period of time.
Oh, that was a very short period of time. So I think we should do something
long
about
enough,
that.
I think.
No, it wasn't long enough.
I was busy.
Yeah, I know. I was busy too. But still, with those two guys, I will fucking go to the dance floor. I can promise you that. Next year, guys, we will be there.
And if Mackie comes, I will be the first one on the dance floor with Mackie.
I hope that it will get to Mackie at some point. Because this is a promise that you just made. So
Yes,
that's
if
it.
Mackie is there, I will be the first on the dance floor together with Mackie. That is a promise.
Yep, indeed. And what we have here still, if you want to hear more live shows, we can definitely recommend our brother radio station, which is buzzradio.com. And you got live shows almost every day there, except Monday. And of course Thursday. This is why we are so synced with Boz, and he will be back on his own radio station on Wednesday and might make some guest appearances on Slay Radio. But you also can count on that most likely next week there won't be a show, because there will be a very busy week for us, and
Won't be a show from us.
there won't be a show from us, but you never know if there might be a show from anyone else.
And if you want live shows, I put the Buzz Radio show on the video streams right now. So if you're only listening to the relays, you can pop over to YouTube and check the archive out later on.
Or just go to buzzradio.com
You can do that too, obviously.
/schedule. Yeah, it's and that thing, that character, I always have a problem with. How is this called in English? Hashtag. Oh, sorry, because everyone is hashtagging.
Or buzzradio.com/shows.
Yeah.
Because he actually implemented that for us to actually be able to say it easier. So buzzradio.com/shows. And also, I don't know, what's the Buzz Radio count now? How many times have I said Buzz Radio during this show?
I wonder. I didn't count, to be honest.
No, me either. But whenever I say Buzz Radio, I think I get a bonus point or a Buzz Radio point or something.
Okay, well,
I don't
get
know.
it from Boz. Boz.
Buzz.
And Boz Wank is trying still his powers on us. I love you all with all my soul. Give me the best wine down now so I can cream. Marcel Sweet early work print. No, we played it a lot of times, and all due respect, we have a new thing lined up here, which was Lala's request, but it's a very actual request that we...
Actual or current?
Very current request. I'm sorry.
I guess if he requested it, it's an actual request.
Yeah, it is an actual request, and it's a very current one as well.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry about that.
No, Martin Land, I don't get cash. I get Buzz Radio points for every time I say Buzz Radio. I get a point from Buzz Radio and Buzz
And
Radio.
then what you can exchange the points for?
I don't know. Tickles.
Okay. Tomorrow we might ask him if he will be available. Hopefully he will, because otherwise probably it will take some time to meet him afterwards. So yeah. So everyone, see you in 2 weeks from our end, and of course we might pop in to some of the shows or evenings there as well. And as the last tune, Lala's request was Slaygon and Mutants from Cinematic 64, which album just got released today. And I think pretty much that's it. And we wish you not a Merry Christmas yet, but
it's going to be a short version of Mutants, because we now have 30 seconds.
Okay. You have to just survive the fact that we are doing overtime here, I think. But yes, thank you everyone for listening and keeping up with us. And we will be back in 2 weeks. And we wish you the least troublesome preparing for Christmas. That we
Indeed.
definitely wish.
Have
And
a good night, everyone, and thank you very much for joining us tonight.
sleep well and
Sleep in tides.
sweet dreams. Bye.
Bye-bye.
www.slayradio.org.
I would love to like a movie.